What is important in a teenager's life? GPAs, course rigor, standardized tests, extracurriculars, and yes, not forgetting the daunting college application process. All of these aspects undoubtedly prepare us for our next transition in our journeys, from adolescence to adulthood, from high school to college and beyond. However, oftentimes we're expected to strive for perfection in everything we do so as to portray ourselves as ideal competitive candidates in the eyes of the outside world. We take all the ingredients of GPAs, course rigor, standardized tests, extracurriculars, and college apps, if you're a senior like me, and create a finished schedule of busy days, often involving late nights and early mornings. Consequently, a cloud of mental stress arises that prickles us every day with thoughts like, I'm never going to pass this class, or I'm not going to make varsity swimming this year. I think the majority, if not all of you, can relate to what I'm talking about. Hello everyone. My name is Ebenezer Zaleka, a senior at Winston Churchill High School. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about what I believe can help clear this cloud of mental stress: yoga. First of all, what comes to mind when you think of yoga? Stretching, exercising, meditation, medicine, religion. While all of these ideas can be associated with it, yoga is actually much more in-depth than any of them. Yoga is an ancient discipline that has long been valued not only for its ability to increase flexibility and cleanse the body, but also for its ability to bring long-term peace and increase self-consciousness. The word yoga is derived from the Sanskrit root yuj, which means to yoke or to unite. The goal of practicing yoga is to deepen one's connection with the world and truly understand his or her identity, relationships, and purpose. Now, you may be wondering, how does yoga help to achieve this goal? Well, according to the sage Patanjali, there are 8 limbs of yoga: yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. Patanjali dubbed this as the Ashtanga yoga system, ashta meaning 8 and anga meaning limb. This 8-fold path serves as our guidance along our journeys. First, yama. Yama means reining in or control and refers to virtues or moral vows. Sharing our feelings honestly with our family or admitting our mistakes to our teachers and friends is a good example of practicing satya, a yama which means truthfulness. This helps cultivate courage and accountability, which develops good character and lightens the burden of our daily routines. Second, niyama. Niyama means positive duties or personal observances. Taking the time each day to journal our thoughts or learn a new hobby that makes us happy is practicing svadhyaya, a niyama which means self-study or self-reflection. By doing this, we paint a clear picture through which we understand our strengths and flaws. Fourth, pranayama. Prana refers to vital energy or life force. Thus, pranayama can mean breath expansion or breath control. Improving this breath control can come about by practicing breathing techniques such as Brahmari or humming bee pranayama or Kapalabhati pranayama. Concentrating on the breath provides us with greater control of our thoughts and emotions, which lessens the weight of negativity on ourselves. Fifth, pratyahara. Pratyahara refers to the idea of sense withdrawal, which means that the mind is so focused on something that the various sights, sounds, and smells do not distract it. Reading a book without focusing on our friends' conversations or on the smell of freshly homemade food is a good practice of sense withdrawal. This helps free and strengthen our intuition, which develops creativity and decisiveness. Sixth, dharana. Dharana means immovable concentration. in which we establish a one-pointedness where the mind is steady. Whether we're focusing on a thought, image, or the breath, the mind is still and relaxed, which helps nurture self-consciousness and serenity. Seventh, dhyana. Dhyana means immovable, it means meditative absorption. Here we go beyond the dharana and we become deeply engaged in our meditation, concentrating more and more on that one thing we're focusing on. Essentially, we passively become one with ourselves and our object of meditation. And finally, samadhi. Samadhi means bliss or enlightenment. After we concentrate and meditate quietly for a long time, our minds transcend to a high spiritual level, marked by authentic self-realization and active union. We become one with nature or one with art, liberating ourselves from our likes, dislikes, habits, judgments, and attachments. We truly understand who we are, how we're connected to others, and what our aspirations are. Ultimately, we become aware that we're not numbers in competition, but instead we're a combination of human and spirit, where human being is constantly learning, growing, and adapting every day. As a result, this cloud of mental stress that burdens us every day slowly disappears from our minds, and we feel buoyant and energized to continue along our individual paths in life. However, yoga isn't just a personal journey. It's also a collective one where new communities form and thrive. This past summer, I became part of a diverse yoga community in Rishikesh, India, where I completed my 200-hour yoga teachers training course at the Rishikesh Yogpith Ashram. From traversing the Himalayan foothills to celebrating yogic traditions, we cherished our moments and bonded together. Although now we are in diverse parts of the world, our personal connections will forever bind us together as a tight-knit yoga family. All in all, in a world deeply centered on community, yoga has the power to unite us as one human race. In a world heavily defined by our relationships and disputes, our dreams and struggles, yoga has the power to promote physical and mental well-being, as well as cross-cultural understanding. Yoga would mean a more resilient and harmonious world for us all. Thank you.